What is going on, everyone? I am Cool Guy. Now, we have a lot to get through, so get out your favorite Mountain Dew, get jacked up, because the House of Wolves, it's here. I hope you're as excited as I am. Now, I decided to do this video a little bit different, because at first, I went through every single weapon, the pros, the cons, the good, the bad, the ugly, what perks would be good on them. And yeah, that took like 24, 25 minutes. So, and I can talk pretty fast, so that 24, 25 minutes was action-packed content on the edge of your seat goodness. But it was TMI, so we're just going to focus on the guns that you guys should be looking out for. Now, they did release a patch this morning, and it covers things. I mean, the Queen's back. You can do some nice missions. I did them. Well, 3 of them. And they were pretty fun. The Gunsmith now sells telemetries. This is kind of a patch to get the game world ready for House of Wolves. Now, when that drops, of course, you got Prison of Elders, the Trials of Osiris, and things like the Crucible is going to change. 100% reputation and mark gains. Also, they're going to be dropping legendary Ingrams in the Crucible. I can't wait. But as far as this video, what we're going to be talking about is going to be all speculation. We're using some information that's out there already. Fine folks have already got their hands on time on House of Wolves, so we're just going to be covering that. Everything is subject to change, so what we're working with is what we got, and this is my breakdown of the weapons that you should be looking out for. Now, in preparation, I have a lot of faction packages ready to go, like 12, 13 of them, and we're still working. We're trying to get them all. Now, I'm hoping to get some free guns, free armor, free items in general. And also, we have 3 characters. 200 marks are maxed out for Crucible and Vanguard, so this guarantees 3 Vanguard items and 3 Crucible or faction items. So then there's also armor. I need to figure out what I need. You guys need to figure out what you need, if anything. One of the most important things you can do is level up to 34 as fast as you can. And for trials, for Prison of Elders, in-game content. So do what you need to do. We also have some new perks, and these are some of the ones that we know of so far. We're going to go ahead and put them up on the screen. And what appears to be middle tier perks: rifled barrel, hand-laid stock, small bore, injection mold, reinforced barrel, casket mag, and oiled flame. And then what looks to be first and third tier perks: triple tap, hot swap, army of 1, battle runner, and hidden hand. So those perks will be joining us as we enter the House of Wolves. There could be more, but here are the weapons. Now, as far as the breakdown ahead, when I say that a weapon is the same as, I am saying that it has the same rate of fire and the same impact. It is similar. Stability, range, magazine, all that's going to be different because most guns are modeled after another. So here we go. Crucible Quartermaster. Let's talk briefly about the Hard Luck Charm. It's the shotgun. And I saw a lot of variances everywhere I looked on this thing. So I'm going to tell you what I think. Because there'll be pictures with aggressive ballistics on it. And I think when aggressive ballistics is on, it's going to match the impact that of Two to the Morgue, Found Verdict, the Judgment, Sidewinder. And if it's off, I believe that this gun is going to be the same as the Comedian from Day 1 Destiny. And I have the Comedian. I love it. Starting Mega 6, the perks are Grave Robber, Flared Magwell, High Caliber Rounds, Injection Mold, and Battle Runner. Now, I like this shotgun type a lot. As it is, it seems like a pretty fun weapon to run around with, but it's not going to be my first choice. Later, I would try to get things like Shot Package, Field Scout, with Reinforced Barrel, Grave Robber, and I'm not really a shotgun guy myself. I mean, I like my Feltwinter's Lie and my Comedian. That's like all I really need. You guys can probably come up with some good roles for them. And next, we have Up the Ante, the hand cannon. Now, this weapon gets a Cool Guy star, and that's going to be the theme. It's going to be things that you should look out for, seal of approval. This hand cannon has an aim assist of 90. It is the same fire rate. It's the same as the Word of Crota, Jewel of Osiris, the Devil You Don't. The starting magazine size is 12, and that's really good. Perks are Hot Swap, Speed Reload, High Caliber Round, Small Bore, and Army of 1. So we have this aim assist of 90, right? And Hot Swap, rating this weapon grants a brief period of bonus accuracy. So if you snipe someone, you can quickly switch to that hand cannon and just finish them off. It's going to be helping you out. So that's pretty cool. Then Army of 1, unassisted kills with this weapon reduce your grenade and melee cooldown. I'm going to have this on a lot of my weapons because it's that good of a perk. Whether you're in Rumble, PvE, Control Clash, it's good, especially if you have high discipline and strength builds, like on Warlocks, well, any class. It's going to be a monster of a perk. But this hand cannon, out of the box, it's very nicely rolled. It's a nice gun. It's going to be one of the first guns I try to get my hands on. Next up is the Sniper Rifle. It gets a big Cool Guy star. It is the Subtle Nudge DN7. Here's the deal. This weapon is the same as the Prudence. There are only 2 snipers in this game with that rate of fire. It is very fast, faster than the Praetor's Revenge. 2 body shots kill someone in 0.4 seconds in PvP. The aim assist for the Prudence is like 74, and the Nudge is at 39. But don't let that number sway you away, because the weapon is going to be a monster. 5 rounds is the starting magazine. The perks are Hidden Hand, Flared Magwell, and Grenader. Now, Hidden Hand is this weapon gains better target acquisition. So that'll help out the 39 aim assist. This is going to be a day one buy for me. I like this type of sniper a lot with the addition of hidden hand, but I'm probably going to get a couple of these, like 2, 3, 4. I'm going to have a PvE one and probably a couple PvP ones, and I'm just going to re-roll them to my heart's content. And we'll talk briefly about, well, let's just go to the Vanguard Quartermaster. Here we go. We have the 5.5A Affiliate Pulse Rifle. It gets a cool guy star, and it's the same as the Strange Suspect, Bad Seed Down, and the Stranger's Rifle. And the Stranger's Rifle fires a little bit faster. I'm talking like 1 or 2. It's a tad faster, but it is faster. And I did a review on these weapons. It was months ago. You'd have to go check. It's how to get the Stranger's Rifle to 300, but the Bad Seed Down and Strange Suspect, those are going to shoot how this gun's going to shoot. So the perks are Grave Robber, Flared Magwell, Snapshot, Casket Mag, and Hidden Hand. And I'm probably going to have a couple of these as well with different roles, because I want to quickly share something with you about a certain perk. It's Reactive Reload. It's not really, it didn't really get too much love. It's not really wanted. It's not really good on ARs, but here's the deal. The perk gives you plus 33% bonus damage for 3 seconds after you reload. And most players reload after every kill in PvP and in PvE, at least I do. And I'm telling you that this perk shines with pulse rifles. It has to do with that last patch with the upgraded damage, and they have a little bit slower rate of fire, and they shoot 3 bullets per burst, right? So if you take a slow shooting one, like the Evergreen, for an example, it's a blue weapon. It's the same as 3 little words. It's a 2-shot headshot. This is because it does 38 damage per bullet when it hits the critical. So 144 damage. And even if you only hit 2 to the head and 1 in the body as they're moving, it still does 102. And this is, like I said, it's a slower shooting pulse rifle. So when Reactive Reload activates, it does 51 damage a bullet. Now that's brutal. That sets someone down quick. So you have the Affiliate. It's going to be doing 33 to the head, so it'll probably do about 44. And you're going to get in more shots in that 3 seconds because it shoots faster than, let's say, the 3 little words or Evergreen. So that's what I'm going to be looking out for, along with crowd control and definitely full auto. That's what we're going to try to get. And we're going to talk a little bit about the 1-to-1 Synesthete. It's the same as the Crypt Dweller and kind of like the multi-tool, the Mida multi-tool. The Mida does shoot faster, like a tad, like I said, kind of like the Stranger's Rifle, like 1-2. It's an exotic. It has a little bit on them, but a starting mag of 14. The perks are Battle Runner. Kills with this weapon grant a brief boost to the sprint's top speed, so that's going to help out to make it work kind of like the Mida. Single point sling, explosive round, small bore, and outlaw. I like this weapon a lot. I like the Mida. The perks kind of help you move like the Mida. Added explosive rounds, outlaw. It's going to be a great starting role, and I will be getting one of these as soon as I can. It's on my radar. Let's go ahead and, like, you have the Sawtooth Oscillator, their LMG, and max rate of fire anything is kind of bad in this game, so purchase that at your own judgment. We have the new Monarchy. Let's talk about the Judgment. It gets a cool guy star. It's a monster of a shotgun. You guys have seen it. It's same as 2 to the Morgue, Found Verdict. Starting mag of 4. The perks are Grave Robber, Fitted Stock, High Caliber Rounds, Small Bore, Battle Runner. And out of the gate, it looks fun to use, but I would re-roll it. I would look things like Full Auto, Shot Package. And you guys can probably come up with some really cool ones on your own. Now, we can buy the Head Hand. It gets a cool guy star. Look out for it, definitely. It's an aim assist to 89. It's the same as the Devil You Know, Venation, the Chance, Fatebringer, Lord High Fixer, the Fall will probably kill you, the Fulcrum. And I'm pretty sure one of those caught your attention because you like it. And this gun's going to handle the same. Now, it does have one of the highest aim assists. So, starting mag of 10, triple tap, speed reload, lightweight, rifled barrel, and hidden hand. And this weapon gains better target acquisition with hidden hand, and it already has 89. So this is another one I'll eventually get a couple of. One for PvE, probably a couple for PvP with different perks, and I'll probably do a video on it later on. But if hidden hand is as good as I think it is, that perk, it's really going to excel and really shine. I can't wait. And lastly, the pacifier, the LMG, or the HMG, let's say, from the new Monarchy. This gun's interesting. Starting mag of 33. It's the same as the Deviant Gravity and the Swarm, right? So all 3 of these all have 380 rounds a minute. They're the only ones like this. The perks are Counterbalance, Quick Draw, Snapshot, Injection Mold, and Persistence. This is why it's interesting. Its 2 main perks are Force Stability. The mid-tier perk adds stability, and not to mention the Ballistics will probably add stability. So I'll get one at one point. It's going to be good for PvE and PvP the way it is. The possibility of it is very intriguing. Now, let's go to Dead Orbit. The Exodus plan, real quickly, it's a rocket launcher. And honestly, with all these, just re-roll to your heart's content. You know what's good on them. But this one, it starts with Tripod and Grenades and Horseshoes. It's an excellent PvP weapon. That's Flared Magwell. It's a Void, which I don't really like Void rockets, but it's kind of like a mini Truth. So I'll be getting one at one point. And the weapon I am most excited for is the Deadshot LR1. This one gets the biggest cool guy star. There are only 2 previous weapons like this one. They're the high rate of fire scout rifles, and we're talking about the Gallows Cure and the Beeline Trauma. Now, I did buy the Beeline Trauma. It's at 331. I've had it at 331 forever. It's one of the funnest guns to go around and mess around with. It's so fun. But this one has a starting Mega 17. The perks are full auto, quick draw, explosive rounds, reinforced barrel, and army of 1. Like I said, this will be my first purchase. I will log in, I will go straight to Dead Orbit and pick this guy up. And a lot of people are talking about it, but I'm going to tell you why it's special. So, and first, as far as scouts, before we get into that, as far as scouts go, find one that you're comfortable with. Most people are going to like the Mida, and that's okay. But the Fate of All Fools bounty is going to require you to get kills in the Crucible with scout rifles. But, why this gun is important. First, a lot of people compare it to the Vex and the Suros as far as impact rate of fire. But they're all different. Headshot multipliers are different. Damage is different because ARs were nerfed. So don't really read into that. But the way that this gun is, I will be using it for PvE and PvP. Just the way it is. Full auto is going to maximize the rate of fire. And you're going to be holding it down kind of like an AR. And it's going to have explosive rounds, right? So explosive rounds in PvP, well, first it's good for crowd control. But in PvP, they kind of flash you. They kind of flinch you. And you're going to be repeatedly popping people with it. And also, those explosive rounds do a little bit of extra damage. Along with the 43 crit, that's what it's going to have. The explosive rounds are going to be a little bit more than that. Also, the splash damage, you can shoot at walls, you can shoot at the ground. At thralls, you can just shoot at the ground and they flinch. I mean, it's good for crowd control. And then ending to a perfect roll, we have Army of 1. I can't wait to get my hands on this thing. It's going to be the first thing I get. I'm so excited. I'll probably get a couple of them and just keep re-rolling the second one until I find full auto with some other perks. Lastly, let's talk about Future War Cult. I will be getting the Conduit, and it gets a cool guy star. Here's the deal. The Pulse, I believe it has 18 rounds. It's low round. It shoots fast, but it has reactive reload and feeding frenzy. That is a beautiful roll, because killing someone gets you a fast reload, and then reactive reload sets in. And if you put on Flared Magwell, it will max out the reload speed at 100% on the bar. So, kill someone, it reloads very fast, and then you're going to be doing it a lot because the low rounds. Then feeding frenzy, or then reactive reload kicks in. So if pulse rifles are still as dominant when you're watching this, and they haven't changed after I get this video out, get this gun. It will be a monster, I promise you. It will be a killer. So, because you have to look at these perks. You have to see how they're going to mesh and what is going to work, and this one works. And last but not least, we have the fulcrum. It's a hand cannon. It takes the place of the chance for Future War Cult. It's the same as the Venation, the Red Hand, Devil You Know, the Chance, Fatebringer, Lord High Fixer. The Fall will probably kill you. The aim assist is at 83. It has a starting mag of 8. The perks are Zen Moment, Armor Piercing Rounds, Extended Mag, Reinforced Barrel, and Hidden Hand. And this helps, gain better target acquisition, so that'll help it out. Now, this gun has potential. If you want to be a special snowflake, pick it up, because a lot of people are going to be using the Red Hand, but it's going to handle kind of the same. Now, the way that this is set up is for PvE. It's going to rock in PvE, but it makes you kind of use Extended Mag, because Zen Moment, after 5 hits, it caps out your stability at 66%. So, 3 bullets essentially are going to have super ultra stable. So you had to put on Extended Mag to really, help out with Zen Moment. And personally, I would re-roll it. I would try my luck for something else. Alright, like I said, a lot of this is subject to change, and I wanted to get this out so you guys can have an idea of what you might be interested in on release. So look back at those same as weapons, and if you like those, you're probably going to like the new ones. It's my worst fear and my greatest hope that guns will be retuned, like AR's buff, things like that. So if that changes, all of this is going to change slightly, but the gun types are going to be the same. And as a Destiny player, we're very good at rolling with the punches. Good luck in your faction packages. Hopefully you get some good free stuff. That way you don't have to spend marks on it. Hopefully you get some armor. That way you can just get right up to 34. Trials probably starts on Friday after release, so be ready. And thank you guys so much for watching my guide. If you found it helpful, or if you learned something new, don't be afraid to hit the like button. And until the next one, I am Cool Guy.